Okay, sorry, it's flow rings. You can probably see it. Pretty neat toy. And it seems to help in this communication that you'll be able to do as the plasma from the heavens reglans to the planet. Okay, I'll go over the notes I made. Oh man. Recovery, Ape Company. I was channeling multiple. I don't know how many. I think that's why it didn't look as bad on video as I thought, crying wise. So that was good. I wanted to mention this. I'd forgotten it seems to help with the communication. It was interrupting me. And the point of explaining the physics of all the souls getting tumbled around in your DNA was to show and explain that you can be possessed, as they used to call it, by 24 people at once. And that would keep jumbling around as different ones flowed over you, whichever ones were, we'll say, magnetically charged to attract to your antenna rather than a different one. And if you do have this happen to you and you start that weeping without sorrow, or if you pick up, we'll say, plasma energy, plasma being, soul, whatever, as you begin to do this, watch out for something I call hyper egoics. It'll make you laugh or real silly or overreact. I don't know if that's a local kind of mind control thing, but I want to skip that negative stuff. We're just going to think of it as just some clutter in this big pool that we're cleaning up, that we can all communicate through data-wise for now. And I think I'm an intercessor is what the best I could come up with. I would be someone who kind of like siphons some of the hell out and touches some of the heaven. So, it's got to come down somewhere first, like a big hose, or hoser, as someone is saying. And let's see, this is all about field unifications. All that compressed energy and programmed, rewritable, and sentient energy that was compressed into hell, that expanded back out, that needs to be smoothly connected to heaven. And that's what everyone on the surface is complimented for. Because helping your neighbor and, trying to be nice and all that, and trying to figure yourself out, especially when you're going crazy because you got all these other beings in you and you don't know it. It makes it most difficult. Okay, field unifications. And that's just another way of cleaning it out. Oh, and for myself and for others, as these unifications spread, that was the point I was trying to make, because I recorded it and sent it out. Now this time it's easier for me, even though I'm still kind of jumbled up from last time. But I had things in the field that came at me as a result of trying to spread this information. But instead of dodging it, I just tried to accept it and run it through. Because the field's bigger now, it supports me more. Oh, and I try to make these uncut, and so that, plasma generation, that's something. There's a good example. A young man makes a plasma generator. It used to be on YouTube, in a Pepsi bottle or a plastic bottle, a few pieces of copper, potassium hydroxide, and Mountain Dew. He puts it in, dumps it out, lets it sit. It keeps making more and more voltage, a higher voltage. Point being, we all make plasma as we're here. We program it. It follows the magnetics. It follows magnetics, and our soul field is shaped and is magnetic, in my opinion. Or, in addition, time travel, stasis pods for those who might want to try to sleep through the golden age or hide in hell, as it were. That won't be happening. And in another video, I'll discuss inner earth echoic cymatic blueprints. Cymatic is spelled with a C. If you don't know, check out the Schumann resonance. That's SCHUMANN space resonance. And then for quicker searching, type in Tomsk, Tom, S as in Sam, K. It will show you. Normally we hover about 8 hertz, at least we did it one time. And now sometimes it's around 32. So I was taught that you can have 4 types of brain waves operating at that high frequency, kind of like you can be asleep, awake, spiritual all at the same time. That will help you diversify or multitask in the new plasma internet super dense liquid pool. Oh, and very interestingly, the plasma, as it's settled, because the streaming of magnetic convection over our heads to the North Pole stopped, excuse me, that would make your spouse look prettier. It would interpret languages and so on from a distance for you, and also manifest kind of like a hologram or something initially, something to that effect. And at this time, I'd like to mention Tory Smith. He was a man who did videos. He claimed, but never showed proof, he claimed that he could tell details about child trafficking that were most disturbing. That motivated me to try to do these experiments in plasma science so that the truth couldn't be hidden or something to that effect. And the Keshe Foundation, K-E-S, oh shoot, K-E-S-H-E, he was most instructional. I think that was my first experience. I made the CO2 collector that he showed. I asked a question after watching his video just to the air, and the answer came out of my mouth. I was very impressed. I guess I got the job. And the last one, and I don't want to embarrass Karma Singh, A-S-I-N-G-H, but it's probably too late. I'm sorry. I consider you a lot. I don't have a word for that. Just a friend to, I don't know, like a doctor. You taught me about that guy that did this on TV after World War II. And that's where I got the idea. And then I couldn't believe it, but all your stuff really did work. I was pointing at the sun and stuff. That was amazing. Anyway, I didn't want to go off. I didn't want to embarrass you. And I think that's about it. That's all the notes I had. I was trying to think. Right at the end, it looked like Mr. Rogers. That was kind of freaking me out. Who else would be better than him for like breaking you into heaven, or, you know, telling you about world peace or all the tragedies on your planet? All right, I don't want to take too much time. Thanks. This is me when I'm more level, but they're still all with me. It's just they're not barreling through the door to let you know they're here. I don't know. And in my opinion, because of situations I'll go into at a later date, I think a lot of the souls from hell came through me. And I guess I'm like a Jehovah's janitor or something. I don't know. But they came through me. They got out of their place or whatever. But that's all. I don't know who you are, but I love you, and I don't know why. Because I'm trying to unify this field, the heaven glanding. The smoother we go connecting to heaven, the less that negative stuff radiates out into the rest of the galaxy, because that's going to be our data pool, communication pool, travel pool, whatever you want to call it. I mean, we won't drown, but the physicist I watched said it's like infinite, dense liquid. A man named Nassim Haramein, Haramein, Haramein. He's fun to watch. He's really cool. I forgot. It doesn't matter. You can look him up. He's really interesting. Anyway, the group I'm speaking for, I call energy apostrophe S us. I guess you figured that out. And I'm just rambling now. I'm just glad to be at ease. So I'm going to go ahead and go. Let me think for a second. Oh, my gang colors on Earth. Buchanan plaid. Thanks. I'm looking forward to seeing 8 billion